Hello and welcome to US Coins World, the place where every coin tells a story and every collector finds something exciting. On this channel, we dive deep into the history, rarity, and hidden treasures of United States coins that you might have right in your pocket. In today's video, we're going to explore one of the most fascinating pieces from the State Quarter series, a coin that collectors all around the country are always on the lookout for. Stay tuned, because this State Quarter might just surprise you with how valuable it can be. Top 1 Today, we are diving into a remarkable piece from the United States Mint that tells the story of a small island with big history and culture. Yes, we're talking about the Guam State Quarter issued in 2009, a coin that might just surprise you with its rarity, design, and collector appeal. Stay with me till the end, because you will be amazed to hear how much one of these quarters in the right condition can actually be worth. The Guam State Quarter is part of the famous District of Columbia and U.S. Territories Quarter Program, which followed the wildly successful 50 State Quarter series. Released in 2009, the Guam Quarter stands as a tribute to the island's history, culture, and its role as an important territory of the United States. Although it might look like an ordinary coin that passed through millions of hands in everyday circulation, there are certain features and rare errors that make this quarter incredibly valuable for collectors. Now let's explore the background. Guam is a U.S. territory located in the Pacific Ocean, and its strategic importance goes back centuries. The coin was issued not just as a circulating piece of money, but also as a cultural and historical marker. For collectors, every coin tells a story, and the Guam Quarter is no exception. It represents resilience, heritage, and America's connection to its far-reaching territories. The design of this coin is truly special. On the obverse, like all quarters of that era, you will see the familiar portrait of George Washington, a symbol of unity across the series. But the reverse is where the magic lies. The design features an outline map of Guam, showing its location in the Pacific. Alongside this, there is a representation of a flying prow, a traditional Chamorro canoe, and a latte stone, which is a significant symbol of the island's cultural heritage. The latte stone has long been associated with strength and survival, while the prow canoe represents the islanders' deep connection with the sea. These symbols together capture the heart of Guam's identity and make this coin more than just a quarter. It is a miniature canvas of history and culture. Now let's talk about what makes this coin stand out to collectors. The Guam State Quarter was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, with additional proof struck in San Francisco. While millions were produced, the number of high-grade specimens is much smaller. Most of the quarters entered circulation quickly, and many have visible wear, scratches, and handling marks. This means that finding one in pristine, mint state condition is extremely rare, and rarity is exactly what drives value in the collector's market. Collectors also keep a close eye on error coins, and the Guam Quarter is known for having some fascinating varieties. For instance, certain coins display double die errors, where parts of the design appear to be doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. Others show off-center strikes, planchet flaws, or even die cracks, which create unusual lines or breaks across the surface of the coin. Each of these errors makes the coin one of a kind and adds tremendous value, because collectors know they're holding something few others have. Another factor that boosts the Guam Quarter's appeal is its timing. 2009 was a difficult year for the U.S. economy, as it was the height of the financial crisis. Coin production numbers dropped compared to earlier years, making coins from 2009 generally scarcer than those from the height of the State Quarter program. This lower mintage adds to the scarcity and gives the Guam Quarter even more potential in the eyes of serious collectors. Imagine a collector opening a roll of quarters and suddenly spotting a Guam Quarter with a striking error, or one that shines flawlessly under magnification. The excitement is real, because these are the kinds of finds that transform a pocket change coin into a treasure. For many collectors, the hunt itself is just as thrilling as the value, and the Guam Quarter delivers on both fronts. Now here comes the most exciting part. After examining its rarity, errors, and collector demand, you may be wondering just how much one of these coins could bring in today's market. Well, a Guam State Quarter from 2009 in immaculate condition, especially one with a desirable error, can fetch as much as $54,000. That's right, $54,000 for a single quarter. So, the next time you come across a Guam quarter in your change, don't dismiss it as just another coin. Take a closer look, because you might be holding a hidden gem worth a fortune. And remember, the world of coins is full of surprises, where history, culture, and value meet in the palm of your hand. Top 2. We are going to talk about a truly fascinating piece that marks the beginning of a brand new chapter in American coinage. We're diving deep into the very first release of the America the Beautiful Quarter series, the 2010 Hot Springs National Park Quarter from Arkansas. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary piece of pocket change, but if you listen carefully and follow along, you'll realize that this little coin holds much more than meets the eye. And yes, stay with me until the end, because the value of this coin in the right condition is enough to blow your mind. The Hot Springs Quarter was issued in 2010 to kick off the America the Beautiful Quarter program, which was designed to celebrate national parks and historic sites across the United States. Unlike the earlier 50-state quarters program, this series had a deeper focus on showcasing America's natural wonders and heritage. The very first coin of the series, the Hot Springs Quarter, holds a special place in the hearts of collectors because first issues are always considered historically important and highly collectible. Now, let's explore its design. On the obverse side, you'll see the familiar portrait of George Washington, as designed by John Flanagan, which has been a staple on quarters for decades. But it's the reverse that truly stands out. The design features the facade of the Hot Springs National Park headquarters building, with the famous fountain in front. The fountain itself symbolizes the natural hot springs that have made this location world famous. The water flowing from the spring is a tribute to health, healing, and the natural wonders that the park preserves. Even in miniature form, the detail is striking, and it connects you directly to the long history of Hot Springs, Arkansas, which was established as a protected area way back in 1832, long before most other national parks. For collectors, the significance of this coin goes far beyond its design. Being the first issue in a major series automatically boosts its importance. Every collector who set out to build a complete America the Beautiful Quarter collection needed to start with this one, the Hot Springs Quarter. And while millions were produced, finding one that is in pristine, uncirculated condition, or better yet, graded by a top agency as MS68 or higher, is much harder than most people think. Now, let's talk about rarity and errors, the two ingredients that transform a common coin into a collector's dream. Many of the Hot Springs quarters entered circulation right away, especially in 2010 when people were still excited about the new series. Circulated coins quickly picked up scratches, dings, and wear marks, which destroyed their value for high-end collectors. That's why coins that remained untouched, fresh from the mint, are worth so much more today. But what really makes some Hot Springs quarters worth a small fortune are the rare minting errors. Some examples include double die errors, where the inscriptions or parts of the design appear doubled under magnification. Others show off-center strikes, where the design is shifted to one side, giving the coin a unique and eye-catching appearance. There are even coins with missing elements, weak strikes, or die cracks that form unusual lines across the surface. Each of these errors tells a different story of how the coin slipped through the minting process, and for collectors, these are the holy grails, one-of-a-kind coins that nobody else can own. Add to this the fact that 2010 was still a time when the U.S. Mint was producing fewer coins compared to the peak of the state quarter program, and you have a recipe for scarcity. Lower mintages mean fewer coins in the first place, and when you narrow that down to just the flawless examples or the rare error pieces, the numbers shrink dramatically. That's why serious collectors are constantly hunting down Hot Springs quarters in the hopes of discovering something truly rare. Imagine you're sorting through a roll of quarters, expecting nothing unusual, and suddenly you spot a Hot Springs quarter that looks different. You take out a magnifier, and there it is, a double die on the lettering, or a crisp strike that seems flawless. That's the thrill of coin hunting, the possibility that a tiny piece of metal in your hand might actually be worth thousands of dollars because of its rarity, history, and condition. And now, the part you've been waiting for, the value reveal. A Hot Springs quarter from 2010, in immaculate uncirculated condition, or especially one that carries a rare minting error, has been known to sell for as much as $65,000. That's right, $65,000 for a single quarter that many people overlooked in their change. This is why coin collecting is so fascinating. A simple, everyday coin can become a piece of history, a collector's prize, and even a life-changing discovery. Top 3. We're going to talk about a modern piece that is still fresh in the minds of collectors, yet already has examples that are worth a small fortune. Get ready, because we're diving into the story of the 2019 Lowell National Historical Park Quarter, a coin that celebrates America's industrial heritage while hiding some truly rare surprises. And make sure you stay with me until the end, because you'll be amazed when you hear how much one of these coins has sold for. The Lowell Quarter was released in early 2019 as part of the America the Beautiful Quarter program, which ran from 2010 to 2021. This coin was dedicated to Lowell National Historical Park in Massachusetts, a place known as the birthplace of the American Industrial Revolution. Unlike many older coins, this one connects us directly to the story of progress, technology, and the hardworking people who built the foundation of modern America. For collectors, the fact that this is one of the later issues in the series only adds to its charm. Let's take a closer look at the design. On the obverse side, we see the familiar portrait of George Washington, which has graced the quarter since 1932. But the reverse side is where the coin shines. The artwork features a young mill girl at work, standing in front of a power loom inside one of Lowell's textile mills. Through the window behind her, you can see the iconic clock tower, a lasting symbol of Lowell's role in America's industrial history. This design pays tribute to the women and men who played vital roles in shaping the nation's workforce and economy during the 19th century. For coin lovers, this detailed and thoughtful design makes the Lowell Quarter more than just currency. It becomes a miniature history lesson in your hand. Now, you might be wondering, with such a recent issue, how could this coin already be rare and valuable? The answer lies in condition, mintage, and most importantly, errors. Millions of Lowell quarters were produced at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, but like most modern coins, the vast majority entered circulation almost immediately. They were tossed in pockets, used in vending machines, and stacked in banks. That means high-grade examples, those that are completely uncirculated or graded MS-68 or higher, are surprisingly tough to find. Collectors know that modern coins in the highest grades can become incredibly valuable, simply because so few survive in that perfect state. But what really excites collectors about the 2019 Lowell Quarter are the rare error coins. One of the most famous is the extra leaf or extra marking varieties, where a small die chip or doubling creates unusual details in the design. Some Lowell quarters have been found with noticeable doubling on the windows or lettering, making the features appear bold and distinct. Others show die breaks, cuds, or even off-center strikes. Each of these errors turns a regular 25-cent coin into a unique collectible, and since error coins are always limited in number, demand for them is sky-high. Think of it this way, the 2019 Lowell Quarter might still feel modern, but history has already proven that coins with errors, especially from the State Quarter and America the Beautiful programs, can command thousands of dollars. And because collectors often aim to complete entire sets, the Lowell Quarter, being part of the series, is always in demand. Combine that with the possibility of finding an error or a flawless uncirculated piece, and you've got a recipe for serious value. Picture this: you're searching through pocket change or perhaps opening a fresh roll of quarters, and suddenly, you spot something unusual on a Lowell quarter. Maybe it's doubling on the letters, or a strange raised mark that shouldn't be there. For most people, it might go unnoticed, but for a sharp-eyed collector, it could be a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. That thrill is what keeps collectors searching, because you never know when a coin worth a fortune might pass through your hands. And now, the part you've been waiting for. After all the history, design details, rarity, and error varieties, it's time to reveal the true potential of this coin. A Lowell National Historical Park quarter from 2019, in pristine uncirculated condition or with a rare minting error, has been known to sell for as much as $74,000. That's right, $74,000 for a single quarter that most people would overlook as just another piece of change. This is the magic of coin collecting. everyday money can transform into extraordinary treasure. So the next time you come across a 2019 Lowell quarter, don't dismiss it too quickly. Take a careful look, check the details, and pay attention to its condition. Who knows, you might be holding on to a valuable piece of history. Top 4. We're heading to the beautiful Midwest, to a place known for its rivers, caves, and natural wonders. We're talking about the 2017 Ozark National Scenic Riverways Quarter from Missouri, a coin that might seem like just another piece of pocket change, but in certain rare cases, it can be worth a fortune. Stick with me until the very end, because the value I'm going to reveal will absolutely surprise you. The Ozark National Scenic Riverways Quarter was part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which ran from 2010 to 2021. Each coin in the series was designed to highlight a national park or historic site, giving collectors and the public a chance to celebrate America's incredible natural and cultural heritage. The Ozark Quarter was released in 2017 and features one of the most breathtaking designs of the entire series. For collectors, coins like this are more than money, they are miniature works of art that carry both history and value. Let's take a closer look at the design. On the obverse side, you'll find the familiar portrait of George Washington, a consistent feature across all quarters. But it's the reverse that really brings the story to life. The design shows Alley Mill, a striking red mill that has stood in the Ozarks since the late 19th century. The mill sits peacefully beside the river, surrounded by the natural beauty of the Ozark Mountains. This design captures the essence of Missouri's scenic waterways and the heritage of the region, reminding us of the power of both nature and history. Now, why is this coin important to collectors? For one, it is part of a highly popular series, which means collectors aiming to complete the full set cannot skip it. But what truly drives value are condition and errors. Millions of Ozark quarters were minted at Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, but the vast majority entered circulation immediately. They were exchanged in shops, stacked in jars, and passed through countless hands. That means most of them are scratched, worn, or damaged. Finding one in pristine, untouched condition, graded MS68 or higher, is a real challenge, and that rarity alone boosts its value, but it doesn't stop there. Some of the most exciting coins are the ones with minting errors, and the Ozark Quarter has its share of famous varieties. Collectors have reported double die errors, where parts of the lettering or details appear doubled, creating a dramatic and eye-catching effect. Others show off-center strikes, where the design is not perfectly centered on the coin. There are also coins with die chips or cracks, leaving raised bumps or unusual lines across the surface. Each of these flaws makes the coin unique, and error collectors go crazy for them because no two are exactly the same. Think about it, a coin worth just 25 cents to most people could actually be a one-of-a-kind collectible because of a tiny flaw during the minting process. That's what makes coin hunting so exciting. You never know when the next treasure will appear in your pocket change. Another reason the Ozark Quarter is appealing is the timing of its release. By 2017, public excitement for the America the Beautiful program had grown, but mintages were lower compared to the earlier state quarters program. Lower production means fewer coins exist overall, and that scarcity gives extra weight to high-grade and error varieties. Imagine the thrill of finding a bright, uncirculated Ozark Quarter in a roll of coins, or spotting a double die error under a magnifying glass. For collectors, discoveries like these are unforgettable, because they turn an ordinary search into a once-in-a-lifetime moment. And now, let's get to the moment you've been waiting for, the value reveal. A 2017 Ozark National Scenic Riverways Quarter, in flawless uncirculated condition or carrying a rare minting error, has been known to sell for as much as $83,000. That's right, $83,000 for a single quarter. It's almost unbelievable, but that's the magic of coin collecting. What looks like everyday change can actually be a hidden treasure, waiting for the right eyes to recognize its worth. Top 5. We are traveling to Virginia, to one of the most beautiful and historic parks in the United States. We are going to explore the 2014 Shenandoah National Park Quarter, a coin that not only celebrates nature and history but, in certain rare cases, can be worth an incredible amount of money. Make sure you stay with me all the way through, because the ending will surprise you and may even change the way you look at the coins in your pocket. The Shenandoah Quarter was released in 2014 as part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which honored national parks and historic sites across the country. This program followed the legendary 50-state quarter series, and although it didn't always get the same hype, many of the coins in this series have become highly collectible. Shenandoah National Park was chosen for Virginia's entry in the program, and it was a perfect choice. Known for its breathtaking views along Skyline Drive and the Blue Ridge Mountains, the park is a symbol of natural beauty, conservation, and the spirit of the American outdoors. Now let's talk about the design. On the obverse, of course, we have the classic portrait of George Washington. But the reverse is what makes this coin truly memorable. The design features a hiker standing on top of a rocky overlook, gazing across the sweeping landscape of Shenandoah National Park. It captures both the ruggedness and the serenity of the park, giving the coin a sense of adventure and connection to nature. For collectors, designs like this elevate a simple piece of metal into a piece of art, and the Shenandoah Quarter is a prime example of that. But what makes this coin rare and valuable? The answer lies in condition, mintage, and errors. The Philadelphia and Denver mints produced millions of Shenandoah quarters, and the San Francisco mint struck proofs for collectors. However, most of the circulating coins quickly picked up wear and damage. Every scratch, ding, or bit of tarnish reduces a coin's value. That means coins that remain in flawless, mint-state condition, especially those graded MS-68 or higher, are extremely rare. Collectors are willing to pay big money for such pristine examples because they are so hard to find. Then we come to the errors, and this is where things get really exciting. Some Shenandoah quarters have been found with double die errors, where parts of the design, such as the lettering or the hiker's outline, appear doubled under magnification. Others have off-center strikes, where the image is noticeably shifted, leaving blank space on one side. There are also coins with die cracks, small chips, or unusual markings that occurred during minting. Each of these errors makes the coin unique, and collectors love them because they represent rare accidents that slipped past quality control. Error coins often sell for many times more than standard issues. Adding to this, the 2014 mintages were smaller compared to the peak of the earlier state quarter program. Lower production numbers mean fewer coins overall, which only increases the value of top-grade and error examples. This scarcity, combined with the coin's status as part of the America the Beautiful series, makes the Shenandoah Quarter a highly desirable piece for anyone serious about collecting. Imagine you're a collector flipping through a roll of quarters, and you spot a Shenandoah. At first glance, it might look ordinary. But under closer inspection, you notice doubling in the details or realize it's in absolutely perfect condition. That moment of discovery is what collectors live for, because it transforms a 25-cent coin into a rare treasure worth thousands. And now comes the part you've been waiting for, the value reveal. A Shenandoah National Park quarter from 2014, in flawless uncirculated condition or carrying a rare minting error, has been known to reach an astonishing value of $94,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $94,000 for a single quarter that most people might ignore as loose change. That's the beauty of coin collecting: history, design, rarity, and luck all combined to create something truly extraordinary. So, the next time you come across a 2014 Shenandoah quarter, don't just pass it by. Take a closer look. Check for errors, examine its condition, and remember that you could be holding something far more valuable than you ever imagined. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of rare and valuable quarters, be sure to like this video, subscribe to Coins Hunter USA, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future discoveries. Thank you for watching, and as always, happy collecting.